What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager save. This is episode number 96. And still returning with 3 of the final 5 in the Bundesliga, where we were so close to going top. Of course, there's been nothing to show you in the run-off cam. You saw the last 2 games, the 3-0 win against Werder Bremen, and then the mate throwaway against Bayern, where we were 2-0 up and 9 minutes away from our first win against Bayern in the Bundesliga. Unfortunately, we absolutely bottled it. It's the history of the Dortmund. Yes, Ansu Fati scored the goal to get Bayern back in it, and then with a minute to go, Charlie Creswell pulls down. Was it Matthias Tell in the box? I think it was, but it was definitely Tell who converted a penalty anyway, with 1 minute of normal time to go to rescue Bayern a point, which means whilst we haven't lost in our last 7 in all competitions, we needed to beat Bayern, because as we know now, the gap remains at 2 points with 5 to go, and Bayern have destiny in their own hands. They win the final 5, they would have won the Bundesliga 20 times in a row. But, do you know what? We still might be able to put it off. We know we need to win our remaining 5. Our final 5 are at home to Hamburg. That's our first game today. Should be a banker. Away against Leipzig. That's our toughest game in the remaining 5. And then at home to Stuttgart. Away at Hertha. And then at home to Düsseldorf as well. Bayern, to be fair, do have quite a tough run in. This evening, they're taking on Bayer Leverkusen away at the Bayern. That's their toughest of the final 5. They've got to play Eintracht Frankfurt, one of only 2 teams who have beaten them this season in the Bundesliga. Then they've got to go away to Wolfsburg. Should be a banker, but even so, Mönchengladbach at home and then Hoffenheim away as well. So there are a couple of tough games in there. They win the first 2. I think they'll go on to win the title, because we're still going to slip up at least once in our final 5, probably away against Leipzig. But I guess we should just have to wait and see. So close, man, to going top. Anyway, heading into the game, again, we're playing this afternoon. Bayern are a late kick away at the Bayer Arena, so we desperately need Leverkusen to do us a favour there. Otherwise, there's no doubt about it, Bayern will win the title for the 20th in a row. So heading into the game, Moukoko, who scored the opener in that game against Bayern, of course, with injections right now. He's not fully fit, so because we've got Hamburg at home, should be a banker. I'll have him on the bench, and I'll bring him on if need be. Otherwise, our team will remain the same, and this will be it. It's Cabell in goal. Sorry, let me change my mentality to positive as well now. Back at home against a weaker side. But anyway, Cabell's in goal. Back for his Nets, the Dragon, Creswell and Strilly. Cruiser and Mane, the DM Joy. Dos Santos on the left. Romero comes in for Moukoko on the right, which means Reina supports Anthony Company, who will lead our line today. On the bench, you got Olszewski, Schlotterbeck, Watjen, Ozcan, Landshooter, Diaz, Vimatiel, and just in case we need him, Moukoko. First of the 3, it's Hamburg at home. We need to win all 5 to have any possible chance of winning the title. Let's get the first here. Come on, Dortmund. Oh, by the way, I've just signed a new contract with Dortmund as well. A new 4-year deal. So, yeah, I'll continue the project here with Borussia. I've came here to end Bayern's dominance. I don't know whether I can do it in the next 4 years, but it's nice to know that despite the embarrassing knockout to Stade Rennais in the Champions League, and so far no major honours won, well, so far, the Dortmund board are happy to keep me on for the long term and trusting me as their manager. They brought me in with my fantastic management of the finances with Bournemouth. We've totally ruined the club's bank balance and taken them close to the red. But at least, if nothing else, we picked up a Super Cup, and at least we're running Bayern close for the 2nd year in a row. So, first highlight falling early to us over the bar. Second chance falling 12 minutes in as Reina hits it long. And Dos Santos beats the keeper to the ball. Great save though. And Hamburg all clear. That opening goal coming at this rate. Free kick. Dortmund. Reina float to one back post. Yes! Charlie! Second goal of the season and second goal for the club. He's asked for a new contract himself, which I'll probably give in the summer. And the Leeds boy gives Dortmund a lead against Hamburg, heading in that Gio free kick. Dortmund in front, and once again, it seems we're going top temporarily. Free kick. Hamburg floated in, Nets heads away, and Filippo flicks on as the visitors look to get themselves back on level terms. But instead, as Dos Santos picks it up here and runs into the Hamburg half, we're looking for that second goal here. Fernando, back to Luca Nets. That goal he scored away at the Allianz was so cool, wasn't it? That chip over to Costa when he was running through one-on-one. I was so glad I bought him in on deadline day. I can't believe I was close to not activating that release clause. That would have been a massive, massive failure. And speaking of which, he's just got another goal. Turns in from close range. The question is, was Reina offside initially when the ball was played into the American? I thought he was on, and yep, not even going to get a proper VAR check. It's done very quickly indeed. I thought Reina was on when Striddy headed it in, and yes, he was indeed. So, keeper makes the save, but Dos Santos taps home. It's 2-0 Dortmund, and it's 2-2 for Fernando. Free kick, Dortmund, as Reina, hits the bar from range. And it's cleared away by Hamburg. So as things stand, we're again going to return to top of the table temporarily. Seems like we've been doing this for weeks on end now. Going top, and then as soon as Bayern play their game, and now we're back down to second again. So I always take those results with a pinch of salt. Yeah, we're top, but let's be honest here. It's only temporary. We're just leasing top of the table. Do you know what I mean? It's Bayern's rightful place. We're just renting it temporarily. Even so, tuning up here. 7 minutes to go before the break. So look for a third goal as we aim to eclipse the goal record Dortmund have had in a single season as Dos Santos loses possession and Hamburg clear, but only partly. Cruiser over the top towards Company. That third goal is coming at this point, and that will surely wrap the 3 points up. Nets to Fernando, and our new number 9 finds Cruiser back to Luca Nets into Fernando, and he squeezes one into the near post. 6th for the year, second today, 3-2. What a signing he's been. Friendship broken with Araujo. Now Dos Santos is my new favourite number 9. Yep, just about squirms it in at the near post there for his second. And it's 3-0 Dortmund. So we've got Leipzig next weekend. It's good to know he won't need to play Moukoko in this one now, so he could fully recover. But I probably will take my starters off of the break here as we still lead by 3. Cruiser over the top to Romero, looking for a 4th goal here with Dos Santos chasing a hat-trick. And I'd love to see him get it as well. He's really taken to the Bundesliga like a fish to water, and his Company converts from close range. It will go to VAR, but I thought he was onside there. What a ball by Lorien Cruiser. I swear, when this guy gets an assist, it's a glorious bit of vision. His vision to spot a man free is just phenomenal. I'm so glad I changed him to DLP. Yes, we're not getting the most out of his pace and his crossing as a DLP, but the vision, the passing, it's just absolutely perfect. He could find a needle in a haystack. He's just phenomenal. So that is going to do it. Job done after scoring 4 in the first half, and in the second we just control the pace of the game to a very simple 4-0 victory. Most crucially, no suspensions picked up for Creswell, Striddy and Company, who are 1 booking away from missing the following game away against Leipzig. And it does mean, once again, temporarily Dortmund go back to top of the table. 4 games to go, and it's not over yet, but we're going to go straight through to the evening kickoff where Bayern go to the Bayern Arena. And if Leverkusen can do us a favour there, can I attend the game? Oh no, I can't. Can you imagine quickly getting a plane over to attend the game? But here we go, fingers crossed. And if Leverkusen can do us a favour, we'll remain top with 4 games to go. But if Bayern win, yes! Okay. Right, so here's the situation as things stand now. Leverkusen have just taken 2 points off Bayern, which means that for now, because of the goal difference swing and the dominance we've had when going forward this season, with 4 games to go, we are level with Bayern and only separated on goal difference. So technically, destiny is in our own hands with 4 games to go to win the Bundesliga and end Bayern's 19 in a row and possibility of 20 in a row. Fuck! Oh my god, I can't do this. I can't do this. Okay, alright, the thing is though, we still got to go to Leipzig, chasing a Champions League place. I mean, that is going to be a ridiculously tough start. I mean, look at the final 4 games, and I think Bayern will probably win them all, whereas we're likely to slip up in at least one of the final 4. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Can you really see us winning at Leipzig, at home to Stuttgart, who are doing really well, away at the Olympiastadion, at home to Dusseldorf, who last year had an amazing season? Are we really going to win all 4? I mean, I doubt it. Whereas for Bayern, like I said, they've had a very inconsistent run, but you know, let's be honest, they should beat Eintracht Frankfurt. That Wolfsburg game's a banker, as is Mönchengladbach. The only game they might slip up on is the final day away at Hoffenheim. But realistically, final day away, are they going to slip up? They're not Dortmund, they're Bayern Munich. But it's a lifeline. It's something. I think it would be a good idea to hold a team meeting to give the players some words of encouragement ahead of our next fixture, as it's crucial to our ongoing title battle. I think we'll get the best reaction if we play at the importance of the match and let the players know how much a win would mean. Yes, I agree, Colo. I agree, mate. This is a big match in our pursuit of the title, and winning it would do our chances the world of good. There's a great interview with Kieran Trippier on the High Performance podcast, by the way. If you've not listened to it, I highly recommend it. He talks about his time at Atletico and when they were one game away from winning the title. And I think he was staying at a hotel or something, and it's late at night, and Diego Simeone calls Kieran Trippier to like a conference room or something. He doesn't say anything. He just, I think I'll have to leave a link to it, but he puts like a clip on the TV of Kieran Trippier saying when he first joined Atletico, what he wanted to do was win La Liga. And he basically, as soon as the clip plays with Trippier saying, I want to win La Liga, he goes, that's it. And then he turns TV off and then walks out of the room. It's a brilliant, brilliant part of the interview. And I love that man management. I really do. That's why Simeone has done so well at Atletico, man. His man management is so underrated, I feel. Anyway, heading into it then, second of the 3 games, it is RB Leipzig once again with the early kickoff, if you will, as Bayern play later at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. Practically nothing to play for. This is the toughest game, I would say, the remaining 4. We failed to win this, and I can definitely see Bayern leapfrogging us and not looking back. So, heading into the game, just a one change on the back of the win against Hamburg. Mukoko's back and leading our lines. Romero drops to the bench and company goes back to right wing. Cabell's in goal, back for his next to Dragon. Creswell and Striddy with Cruiser and Mane, our DMGO. Dos Santos on the left, company on the right, and Reina does support our top scorer, Yusufa Mukoko. On the bench, Olszewski, Schlotterbeck, Watjian, Ozcan, Landshooter, Diaz, Vim, Romero, and TL as well. Second to 3, it's Leipzig away. We must win to stay top of the table. Come on, Borussia Dortmund. I can just imagine that's what I'm doing to Loreen, you know, Loreen Cruiser, who's been so big for me since I signed him in the summer. You know, met him in our hotel conference room last night. You know, gave him a little text, popped down to the conference room. It's 10 p.m, he's ready for bed. Just put on the TV his first interview saying he wants to win the Bundesliga title. As soon as the interview finishes, right, that's it, off you go, see you tomorrow. Come on, Loreen, big game from you today, mate. Big win for Dortmund and we'll stay top of the table. 20 minutes in, still 0-0. Ordinarily, a point here away at the RB Arena is a good result, but we know we have to win our remaining 4. So far, half an hour in, nothing to report until right now, as Leipzig have the first chance of the half, and the first chance of the game is Striddy misjudges the flight of the ball, and Milovanovic is 29 for the year, puts Leipzig in front. Lads, focus. You know what's at stake. Focus. Free kick. Dortmund. Gio. Back post. Dragon heads. Just wide. Leipzig still up by a goal. And that, from Stefano, was not what I wanted to see. Misjudged the flight of the ball. You never let a long, high ball in the air drop. You can't let it drop. Stefano did, and we were punished for it. And at half-time, we're down by a goal away in Leipzig, which means that Bayern will just need a point to return to top of the table later today at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. They win it, and it will be title over. We were given a lifeline, and we didn't accept the collect call. Don't know what I'm talking about. Gregor Cabell to the Dragon as we end the first half here, looking for a leveler. Stefano aiming to make amends. The young Italian down the right hand side, slides through company, and Anthony down this right hand side. He's got men in the middle. Can he cross? Possibly. Instead finds Striddy, Cruiser, Mane. Dortmund pressing and probing and looking for an opening here as Loreen back to Striddy who crosses. Dos Santos on the end of it heads over the bar. Not a great first half from Dortmund. And we trail at the break. Big half-time team talk as the title is slipping away. I mean, it's now or never, really, isn't it? Let's be honest here. It's now or never, so I think it's time. Lads, shocking. Oh, well, I've motivated some of them. Lads, I'm sorry, but the title is on the line. And I know you're better than this. Second half to begin, we're going to change our mentality and go attacking. I'd rather lose 2-0 by chasing a leveller and possibly a winner as well. We're going to try and stretch Leipzig out a little bit wider. We know how good our flanks are, especially when cutting inside as well. And I think that'll do it just for now. Let's get stuck in that second half as well. Try and win that ball back as quick as possible and let Leipzig know we're here. Krez was going to be suspended for the following game anyway, so might as well do it regardless. Second half to begin. We're down by 1. I've thrown the water bottle for the first time since joining Dortmund. Will we get the reaction, or is the title going to be lost today in Leipzig? Half an hour to go. Trying to get a response out of my boys, and we might get one here as we just enter, or about to enter the final third. Anthony Company! Better, much better. That's what I want to see. Come on. There's still time. Like I said, ordinarily a point away in Leipzig is a good result. And we need it. Dos Santos, Reina, Gio. Cleared. But Nets gets it back. Dortmund's response has been better in the second, but we're still behind for now as we look for a leveler. Reina over the bar. So much better. So much better in this second half. But we still need a goal. But it's not forthcoming. We're going to go very attacking. We might as well. I'm pushing my wing backs up. I'm pushing my DMs up to CM as well. It is now or never in the final stage. As Mane can come off for Salia Ozcan. Creswell's going to be suspended for the following game anyway, so might as well leave him on. And I'm also going to bring on Wimmer for Stefano Striddi as our right wing back as well. In fact, you know, let's just change Cruiser to left wing back now for Nets as well. And I think I'll also bring on the kid, Land Shooter, looking to make a hero for himself as well. Final stages, this is it. 12 minutes on the clock. Have we bottled it away in Leipzig? Can't believe it. Actually, can't believe it. Leverkusen handed us a lifeline. And we said, no thanks, lads. We're Borussia Dortmund. We don't win titles. Fucking hell. I mean, the second half was a marked improvement. It's what I wanted, but we just couldn't find that winner. Company had the best chance and put it wide. Marked improvement in the second, but I'm not going to berate the lads. It's 3 games to go. Well, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. If Bayern win their game in the evening, it all but definitely will be. But first game in a long time we failed to score. And it's our 3rd league loss of the season. But I think that is probably it. There's no way Bayern are going to lose back-to-back. No, they didn't lose against Bayern. There's no way they're going to slip up back-to-back, sorry. It's not over. It's not over yet. I mean, they've got to go to Wolfsburg. It should be a banker, but you never know. Borussia Mönchengladbach at home again. It's not over yet. But it feels like it is. Fuck's sake. I don't feel we had a better chance in this season. I really don't. You know, but Bayern have lost twice this year. Away against Leipzig like we just did. And obviously against Frankfurt as well, and you know, they had 4 draws. You compared to last season, I mean, they literally didn't lose a single game all season long, and yes, they had 6 draws, but even so, they finished a whopping 14 points clear of us, you know. I mean, you just can't, you can't slip up when you're in a league with Bayern Munich. It's as simple as that, because they don't slip up. They don't slip up, you know. I don't think we'll get a better chance in this season. I really don't. Well, on this Wednesday night, Bayern are taking on Düsseldorf as they aim to retain the DFB Pokal as they take on Fortuna in the semis, and they won it on penalty. So I guess if nothing else, at least Düsseldorf tired them out there, if not stopped them from winning. But is anyone injured for their final 3? De Jong's got a knock, but yeah, I don't know. It's not over, but it basically is now. And once they get Endrick in the summer, because he's going to move on as well. I mean, now if we can't stop him now, and Mane's gone down, thankfully not too bad. If we can't stop him now, I mean, when Endrick joins them next season, I mean, how are they ever going to be stopped? Nagelsmann's not getting anywhere. He's loving life in Munich right now. How are they ever going to be stopped? So our game is on the Sunday. Bayern are playing on the Saturday. They're away against Wolfsburg again. Rock bottom and already relegated. So we'd need a miracle there if Wolfsburg were to take points off them. But now they've gone 3 points clear. If they win this game, it's basically over. So unless it's a miraculous result away against Wolfsburg, it's over. It's Bayern who have won it 20 times in a row. And yep, they do win it by 2-1. Bayern 6 clear with 2 to go. Yes, we've got the game in now, but it's basically over now. All they will need now, realistically, is just one win in their final 2, and they will win 20 Bundesligas in a row. Absolutely gutted. We'll never get a better chance in this season. So, final game, it is indeed Stuttgart, and I mean, it was now or never recently. I think now it's definitely never. It's over now. We got to win our remaining 3 and hope that Bayern lose at least one, and probably back-to-back, really, to have any chance of doing it now, which, let's be honest here, isn't going to happen. So, the title lost away in Leipzig, I would say, and now the question is, can we at least pick up a record points haul this season, eclipsing what Dortmund won back in 2012 when they won the title? That just sums it up, really. We could possibly set a new Dortmund record for most points in a season and still finish runners-up. So Creswell suspended on the back of the booking away in Leipzig. So what we'll do is we'll drop Mane back to CB alongside the Dragon, and Ozcan, the vice captain, will come back in alongside Kruse as we change to an attacking mentality from the off. Cabell's in goal, back for his next to Dragon, Mane and Striddy. Kruse and Ozcan, DM duo. Dos Santos on the left, Company on the right, and Rainer Sports Mukoko fired the blank away in Leipzig. On the bench, you've got Olszewski, Schlotterbeck, Watjen, Lakonga, Landschuter, Diaz, Vimmer, Romero, and Tiao as well. Third and final game, it's Stuttgart at home. We know now any slip up in our final 3, and it is indeed, mathematically, 20 in a row for Bayern. Come on, Dortmund, play for pride. Come on, Dortmund, let's at least take it to the final 2 games, shall we? You know? So let's at least feel good about ourselves in the final couple of games, knowing who could possibly set a new Dortmund points record, and you know, have the 1% chance that we might still be able to snatch the title away from Bayern. Let's go. Come on, Dortmund. Stefano down the right-hand side. Rolls it back to the vice-captain Ozcan, and now Kruse takes over into Rainer and back to Striddy. Inside the area, shoots and finds the far corner. Second of the year for the Italian. Well, he was at fault for the goal we conceded away at Leipzig, and he's made amends somewhat here 11 minutes into our penultimate home game of the campaign. Yep, Stefano Striddy, second of the season, and Dortmund do take the early lead. I would have preferred him at least win that header against Leipzig instead, but he's gone some way to make an amends here. He's had a really good season, to be fair, Stefano. You can't really slate him too much for that error there away at the Red Bull Arena. He has been a brilliant, brilliant player for us this year. So leading by 1 against Stuttgart, should be able to see the game out here for our field. We're brilliant at home, tremendous at the Signal Iduna Park, but away from home, that's where we struggle. But still, Stuttgart have had a good start to the game, you know, and they've won the ball back in a dangerous area here. In fact, the shot is really, really poor. I'm going to say to the boys here, focus, seriously, really poor start to the game, as we've given Stuttgart a couple of easy chances. Thankfully, they haven't taken advantage. Of course, 2 former Dortmund players returning today, and Tyler Morton and Richard Moulin, who, of course, we sold in the summer, as they're looking to end our title running with 3 games to go. Not that it already matter now, I'd say. But even so, at least if nothing else, we do win the final 2 after this one, then we will set a new points record in the Bundesliga for Dortmund, I should say. But even so, up by 1 here. Haven't been our best in this one, but the most important thing is we do see out the 3 points and at least take it to the final 2 games. Free kick, Stuttgart floated in, and you know that Moulin would love to end our minor chance of winning the title, returning here to Dortmund. He absolutely hated me in the short spell of time we had together. But even so, still leading by 1 as we look to wrap this game up late on. Moulin says, no, I'll take that, but then gives it away. Rainer to Company to wrap it up. No, good save, still 1-0. 8 minutes on the clock as Stuttgart looking for a late leveller here to basically give Bayern the title. As we're trying to cling on to a 1-goal victory, which will at least mathematically keep us in the race with 2 games to go. The Visitors, to be fair, have had a pretty decent game out there, so I could definitely see them finding a leveller. And here they come down this right-hand side, cross blocked, but the second one is looped up in the air, and it was an awkward one for Cabell, hits the bar, And as Schwab picks it up, Stefano robs him, and we shall clear. Awkward for the captain there. We just about get away with it. We're hanging on in there with 5 minutes on the clock as Stuttgart aim to give Bayern the title with 2 games to go. Andre Lunin hits it long, and it's up in the air, which Mane wins. Cruiser loses out himself, though, and the Dragon wins it back. Dos Santos over the halfway line, aiming to help us find that dagger. And number 9, Fernando, back to Landshooter, the kid off the bench. Now Cruiser back at left back to the kid. Landshooter, Watchin on the edge, just wide. Well, that is going to do it, and Dortmund cling on to a 1-goal lead in our penultimate home game of the season, which means with 2 games to go, we are still mathematically in the title race, but we know it's just a matter of time before Bayern confirm their 20th in a row. So what we'll do is we'll play the final 2 in the final games of the season and the final episode of the season. We know, though, Bayern are now realistically just 1 win away from their 20th in a row. The title appears to have been lost away in Leipzig. With 2 games to go, you never know. Mathematically, we're still in with a shout. But that will end today's episode of the FMC, guys. Big fan of you, hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, please like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the season finale, the final 2, where we know it's basically inevitable Bayern will win the title, but you just never know. I'll see you for the finale very soon.